It's not possible.
I didn't say it would be easy, Neo.
All right, please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number for the record.
Eldridge Stewart, 302-791.
Mr. Stewart, my name is Brendan Kelsey, along with me is Ms. Cheryl Knotson. Mr. Pete Freeman will be your panel, explain the process to you, read some information to the record, have a parole interview, ask you some questions. You can respond at the end, you can make a statement, we'll take a vote. You understand the process?
Yes, sir.
We do have some folks here that will speak at the appropriate time. Victims, family, Dorothy Caraway, Christopher Caraway Jr., Chris Caraway Sr., Jeannie Griggs, Kenneth Caraway. And we also, I'm sorry, what is it? Crawford. Apologize. Sorry about that. Kenneth Crawford. We also have in support Jasmine Cole, Carrie Myers, and Corey Bradford, Andrew Hundley, Malcolm T. Matthews, Vivian Sharper, Elton Boyd Sr., and Tansy Williams, and we'll have to at the appropriate time. Eldridge Stewart, DOC number 302791, you're a fourth class offender. Parole eligibility date 8/1/2023, good time 3/25/2098. Full term 3/19/2099, 99-year sentence that was commuted by had a commutation of sentence that was signed by Governor Edwards on August the 1st, 2023 for first degree murder. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, would you answer Mr. Knox's question, please?
Good morning, Mr. Stewart.
Good morning, Ms. Renata.
How you doing today?
A little nervous.
Yeah, understandably so. So, Mr. Stewart, you appeared before the pardon board back in October of 2022.
Yes, ma'am.
And at that time, you received a unanimous favorable vote. And when I look, the reasons for that vote was you had an outstanding institutional record, you are a trusted inmate, you had positive remarks by the warden, you have excellent community service to the facility, you have and your risk score was low. And so, as Mr. Kelsey has mentioned, in August of this year, the governor commuted your sentence from life to 99 years. So I noticed since your hearing in October, you were able to complete a victim accountability program.
Yes, ma'am.
What did you get out of that program?
It was me being able to express myself to the victims, be able to write a letter and send it through Miss Sturgis to them and let them see who I am now and how I felt about what I did.
Well, share that with us. I think that's kept in a depository and they don't actually get it. So what'd you put in the letter?
Basically, the day I got convicted, I pled guilty to my charge because I knew I was wrong. I turned myself in. I didn't run from the police. After I realized what I did, I turned myself in. For the second degree attempted murders, when I found out Mr. Caraway died, I called a detective myself and set up to turn myself in again. After turning myself in, I pled guilty to first degree murder because I didn't want to. I needed help.
You froze up a little bit. So you didn't put all that in the letter. What did you put in the letter?
I basically told them that because of Mrs. Caraway's remarks the day I got convicted, she helped me to become a better person. She asked me to come to Angola and do something with myself, and I have. Everything I've done since I've been here is because of her words. I was expecting to get slapped or spit on, but she told me to come to Angola and do something with myself. And I honored my word to her by accomplishing everything that y'all have before y'all. And it's my way of saying, I'm sorry. That's basically what I told them. And I invited them to come to the hearing.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing that. And your plan is to go to the parole project?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What happens after the parole project?
Well, I actually asked Andrew to stay on long term.
Okay.
So after I leave the project, I finish their programs and everything. I plan to get a job in the construction field. I have 2 degrees, one in carpentry, one in concrete finishing. I'm actually the instructor over the school right now. And I plan to use that as my platform to get out and just be, in 5 years, be a homeowner, be a business owner, have a church home, whether here or in Texas, just live a positive life.
Okay. Warden Falgood, is there anything you can add?
Mr. Johnson, as far as his record here, nothing has changed with him. He continues to be positive and do good work for us.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you. For Mr. Kerry Myers.
Yes, good morning. Kerry Myers with Louisiana Parole Project. We're here to say that we were so impressed by Mr. Stewart several years ago by his work ethic, by his record, by his commitment, by his sincerity, that we worked with him through his clemency process and now through his parole hearing. And we are committed to providing him long-term housing and support. It's, you know, he said it himself. He recognized his own actions, and he's committed his life to doing everything he can to be the best person he can be. So we're just asking this board to grant his parole today.
All right, thank you. We'll hear from Ms. Vivian Sharper. Can't hear you. You're on mute.
Hello.
Okay, we can hear you now.
Yes, good morning. Yes, I'm Vivian Sharper, Eldridge Stewart's mother. First, I want to let the Callaway family know that they have never been forgotten in my prayers and in my thoughts. And I know that my son is not the young man today that he was when he went in at 28. When he went in at 28, he was a good person, but he was lost. He was lost. And it took him, no one but him and God, to turn his life around, because good has always been in my son. And I know that's hard for people to believe with the act that he committed, but good has always been in him. And God knew that it was there. And he just needed the opportunity to show that he's not that horrible person that committed that horrible act. He's not that person. And if the Callaways are listening, he did what he did, not just to prove a point to the Callaway family, but for himself, to help others, to be a better person for society, to show other young people or anybody. It doesn't have to be young people, or it could be anybody. He's that person. He's always been that person. And I just appreciate you all giving him this opportunity. And you all see his record. And again, the Callaway family, our hearts are with you. Our prayers have always been with you. And I promise you that my son, I put my life on it, that he will never, ever let anyone down again. He will not do that. I know that. Thank you all.
Thank you. Now we'll hear from we have Miss Corey Bradford on the phone.
Hello.
Hey.
I would like to thank you all for giving me the opportunity to speak and say that my father has never hidden what he did from us. He's always told us in the most age-appropriate way what happened, why he was incarcerated when he went. And I was 3, and my sister was one and a half, I believe. And we've always seen him in there, but he's never been remiss about it. He's always been like, this is where I need to be. This is what I need to do. I need to prove that I can be a better person and do better in my life. Like, I need to work harder. Every time I've spoken to him, he's always brought up Mr. Caraway and how he feels so, just so much for Mr. Caraway and his family.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for your comments. Right. We're here from Miss Dorothy Caraway. Would you like to make a statement? Come up to the podium there and make a statement. Okay, go ahead and make a statement.
Yes, my son, my son did not deserve to die the way he did. And the way he was killed, he wasn't in nowhere around in that area. I called him to come to my house because he had a big walk around to feed, and I was scared of him, and I wouldn't go out there with him. So the next maybe 15, 20 minutes after he finished, somebody came to my door and told me my son was shot. So I don't know what happened between him and the young lady that they got into. That was between those two, not my son. My son had nothing to do with that. And he can tell you, my son had nothing to do with that because my son wasn't even around. So he went home, he got 2 guns. He shot my child in the street and killed him dead, and shot the other lady maybe 3, 4 times, I think, but she didn't die. And I think that was wrong right there. He may have turned himself in because of the guilt that he did. And he was probably already on probation or on parole. I don't know. Because I know one thing that the DA told me that he had already had shot someone. I don't know who they were, not who names. I was concerned about my child. My child probably would be here today. He didn't do what he did. If he had a grudge against the young lady, he should have took it up in book and not just.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you for your comments. We're here for Chris Caraway Sr.
Everybody though. I think you don't deserve to get out. But she shot mother better down like go down there his dog. You should have thought about it when he left. He would get them guns. I look at it as premeditated murder. You had enough time to think about it, like he was going to get them guns. You shot his little friend. Why you shoot my brother? 4 times in the back, 3 times in the chest. I shot that lady 6 times. You tried to kill my brother. Though you did kill him. You tried to kill that lady. That lady, she's suffering now. And I look at it like this. You do not deserve to be back out on the street. You get back up, you might kill again. All this and everything what he's saying, we say that try to make it on parole. We can get out. When you get out, everything changed. You back to where you was before you came in. No, you do not deserve to get out. You had enough time to think about it. That is premeditated murder, premeditated attempted murder. I miss my life. I'm on there 3 photos. Nose, brother, he at work, that's my baby. He can't see his nieces and nephews. He been deceived 23 years. He could see his child. He could see his children and his grandchildren or his mother. My mama can't see me. He can't see my mom. And I think he don't deserve to get out. He deserves to spend the rest of his life with you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Yes, sir. Now we'll hear from Christopher Caraway Jr.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good.
I can't speak much about the situation because I was 3 years old. That's my uncle. But it definitely have really impacted my life. I mean, for one, he was loved. I mean, he was the fun uncle. One to do everything. And as I was growing up, one thing I got to remember is his dogs, a picture of him, and an old car he used to drive. And a song. I remember a song. I just grew up every time that song played on radio, it was R. Kelly, I wish. I couldn't even listen to it. But as I got older, my grandma talked to me all the time. I mean, it became known, we forgive what happened, but we can't never forget because it ain't gonna bring it back. It's been hard, it's been long. I was 3 years old. I remember what I remember, but it's a lot that I don't remember. As far as the situation, how it happened, what happened, I only know what was so. But as far as the time, I remember all of it. And it impacted, it impacted all of us. And I gotta stand behind my grandmother.
All right.
And another thing I could spend 10 years in college. From being a bad person in the world, I could spend 10 years in college to be the best criminal. So, I respect that he bettered himself, and accepted what he did. But my opinion, like I said, I can go spend 10 years in college to be the best friend. So it's
All right.
but that's
All right.
that's
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for your comment. Thank you for your comment. Hi, Mr. Stewart. Would you like to make a statement on your behalf?
Yes, sir. Oh, well, to begin with, if I may, can I apologize to them directly?
Speak to the board. Speak to us. Speak to the panel, not directly to them.
Okay. Well, everything I've done, everything you guys have before you, is me saying sorry. I've been working. I came to this prison with an 8th grade education. I didn't know anything. I've been in boys' homes. I've been everywhere. And I fought. That's all I knew was violence. I changed that. When I shot Mr. Caraway, Mr. Caraway died. I knew I was wrong. I did everything I can do. I've been working. I came here and I'm doing stuff that I never thought I'd do. I'm helping people. And I enjoy helping people. And everything is just my way of telling them I'm sorry, saying I apologize. I'm doing what I can do. And I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. It's not because I'm in prison. This is for them. This is for Mr. Caraway. Caraway Foundation. This is my plans for the future to stop another family from going through what they're going through and my family from going through what I'm going through. And they're going through. This is what I'm planning on doing. I didn't put it all over broadcasters. This is a program where me and a bunch of guys like me will come together and we're going to help. We're going to try to create something to stop this. This is the prison full of people with pain, heartache behind violence. I'm tired of it. I'm doing everything I can do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right. Yes, sir. All right. Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you for your comment. Ms. Jasmine, would you like to wrap up? Ms. Cole?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Mr. Stewart is the epitome of a rehabilitated man. From the moment that he shot Mr. Caraway and Miss Jefferson, he immediately took responsibility and showed remorse. And that has been a catalyst for the man that comes before you today. Like he said, everything that he's done, from his institutional compliance, his program participation, his leadership, and everything in between, has been a demonstration of his active apology. He has spent every day of his incarceration demonstrating that his remorse is a lifestyle. He's participated in every program the DOC has to offer, and he educated himself. He let you know that he came to school, or he came to prison with an 8th grade education. But not only did he get his GED, he obtained a carpentry trade. He obtained a concrete finishing trade. He became a mentor for the reentry program. And now he's the lead instructor for the concrete finishing school, where he just as recent as yesterday graduated students from that program. So not only did Mr. Stewart educate himself, but he selflessly gave back to his community because he wanted to make sure that the people around him were also successful. His hard work has not gone unnoticed, as he has received countless institutional support and recognition from wardens, colonels, lieutenants, supervisors, mentors, and peers who all speak highly of his character, of his mentorship, of his work ethic, of his selflessness. And as a long-term resident of Louisiana Parole Project, Mr. Stewart will be supported with mentorship, accountability, and community to make sure that he has a successful reentry and that he makes a good life for himself. Mr. Stewart has literally taken a journey to rehabilitation. He came to prison as a boy, but he used the tools that he's learned over the years to become a man. And his experience in prison changed his outlook, it changed his attitude, but most importantly, it changed his heart. And if released, Mr. Stewart would undoubtedly continue his journey to rehabilitation because he wants to take the skills that he's learned in prison to make a difference in the lives of his community. He wants to continue to invest in others, especially in the youth, so that they don't go down the same path as he did. And he's doing so with his Caraway Foundation in honor of his victim. He wants to make a great life for himself. And the time is now. The time is today. He's in a great health. He's in a great age and position where he can make that change. He's participated in everything that DOC has to offer, and he's ready to rejoin his community. So I ask that you consider his success in his program participation, his selflessness, his institutional remarks, and grant his release on parole. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, so panel prayer vote.
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds.
All right. First, before I vote, I'd like to thank the Caraway family for being here. I can feel the hurt still there. I can still see the family suffering. I also, Mr. Stewart, I can hear the emotion in your voice. I believe that your remorse that you've expressed is sincere. I stand by my vote when I voted favorably for your pardon. My vote today is to grant your parole. You have an excellent prison record. The warden spoke well of you. You have a low risk score. My grant is to the Parole Project long-term plan with added special condition that beginning 60 days after your release, I want you to start performing 8 hours of community service work each month. And then you're to have no contact with any member of the Caraway family.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Freeman.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Stewart, I also would like to thank the family for showing up today. It does mean a lot to us when people show up and we get to hear both sides. You know, as far as rehabilitation, I think you've done a wonderful job. You know, as far as the rehabilitation, my problem is that you left, we get 2 guns and came back, which is to me premeditation. And 23 years is just not enough. So my vote is to deny, keep doing what you're doing and reapply when you're eligible. I just think you need to do a little bit more time than 23 years.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Jeff, 1 vote to grant, 1 vote to deny. I also want to thank the family again, the victims here. Thank everyone for being involved. It was, you know, I mean, I know this is a tough situation. This is a tough spot to be in. All of these crimes are difficult. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to go with granting your parole today. I think you've done the work need to do, put the time in. You've shown remorse today. I think you have done the work you needed to do. Like you have no contact with the victims. I'd like you to have a curfew from 10 p to 6 a and have community service 8 hours per month. So you have 2 votes to grant, 1 to deny. Your parole's been granted. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you.